Okay, I want you to picture something with me for a second. It's early morning. The lake is still. The sun is just starting to warm things up. And there's that perfect kind of quiet where you can hear the birds, maybe a boat off in the distance, leaves moving in just a little bit of a breeze. You've got a cup of coffee, a notebook. You got your feet up on a cushioned sofa on the back deck of a lake house. No notifications, no to-do list screaming at you. Just you and your thoughts and all that open space. How does that feel just imagining it? Yeah, right? Me too. Love it. Here's the thing though. I don't have a lake house, and I'm guessing maybe you probably don't have a lake house either. But I do have a back patio. And when I'm out there in the morning every once in a while, hearing the birds, feeling the sun, looking at the trees, it's really not that different from that lake house deck in my head. Not the view, maybe, but the feeling, the stillness, the sense that my brain finally has room to breathe. That feeling, that's what we're going to talk about today. Because I think most of us have accidentally been trying to do our best thinking in the worst possible conditions. And then we wonder why we can't think clearly. So today I want to talk about the clarity corner, what it is, why it matters, and how to find yours, even if it doesn't look anything like a Pinterest board. A clarity corner is not a perfectly styled desk set up with a candle and a succulent and good lighting for Instagram. I mean, if that's your thing, great. But that's not what I'm talking about today. A clarity corner is simply the place where you think the best, where your ideas come easier, where the swirl in your head starts to settle and you can actually hear yourself. For some people, it's a specific chair. For other people, maybe it's a walk around the block. That totally counts, right? Movement, we know, is one of the fastest ways to get out of your head and into clarity. I love taking a walk when I'm stuck. It helps things start flowing up there, right? But for me right now, it's my back patio. It's quiet, it's peaceful. There are birds, usually a little breeze. There's a great view. It's not fancy, but there's something about being outside in the fresh air. There's just nothing like it for getting my brain to slow down enough to actually work. And also, here's what I know from doing staging consultations the past 7 years. The spaces where we feel our very best are never really about the stuff that's in the spaces. They're about how the spaces make us feel, the quality of the light, the sense of openness, whether there's visual noise pulling our attention in 17 directions, or whether the space just lets us land. I've walked into a lot of beautiful spaces doing this work. Every once in a while, I'll walk into a room and just stop. Oh, it's not the most expensive room. It's not the most perfectly decorated, but because it has something, it has that feeling. I remember walking into a home once that had this, amazing, moody little library, dark, color-drenched walls, built-in shelves, barrel chairs by the fireplace, low table in the middle. It was so cool. And I remember thinking, "Oh, I could think in here," right? Like, genuinely, deeply think. Something about the coziness of all of it, like, the way it felt, um, contained, intentional, right? Like, the room had one purpose, and it really knew how to do it well. And then there have been back decks. Oh gosh, so many back decks. I mean, in Colorado, we have view of the mountains or trees or a garden where you step out onto the deck and you just exhale. Oh, that outside air thing is so real. I love it. Something about being in open space with natural light and fresh air, it just resets something up there. And what those spaces have in common is not price point or design style. It's the intention. Someone, whether they actually meant to or not, someone created conditions that made thinking feel possible there. And that's what I want for you. Not necessarily a magazine worthy office. Maybe it will be, but I don't know. But just a space or a habit or a spot that creates the conditions for your best thinking. Why does this matter for your business? Well, here's what can happen when you don't have one. You might sit down to do that really deep thinking work, right? To plan, to write, to make a real decision about something. And you do it in the same place you answer your emails or you pay bills or you scroll, and your brain doesn't know the difference. It's the same environment. So it does what it always does in that environment. It's going to get distracted. It's going to go surface level. It's going to skip the hard stuff completely. It's not the space for it. Environment is a clue. Your brain is constantly reading the room, picking up signals about what mode it should be in. If the desk is cluttered, it signals busyness. Oh, we should be busy, 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 right? A loud environment signals distraction. I mean, I know I for sure, if it's noisy, I'm just like, ooh, what's going on? What are they doing over there? What's happening? Like all the things. If your space is associated with scattered work, guess what? You're going to produce scattered work. But a space that you've claimed for your very best thinking, that's a cue too. Your brain will learn, oh, we're here. This is where we do the real work. And your brain shifts and gets into that mode and is ready to work. This is why I take walks when I need to solve a problem. The second I step outside and start moving, something loosens up. Ideas start connecting. The thing I couldn't figure out at my desk shows up 4 minutes into a walk. Crazy. It's not magic, but it's the environment doing its job. So, how do you actually find or create your own clarity corner? Start by asking yourself, where have I felt most clear recently? Now, remember, not most productive in the crossing things off a list way, right? But most clear, most like yourself, most like your thoughts were actually your own and not just a reaction to all the things coming at you. Maybe it's already obvious to you. Maybe you already know there's a chair or a spot or a time of day where things just click for you. But if it's not obvious, pay attention this week. Notice like where you are when a good idea shows up. Notice the conditions. Are you moving or are you still? Are you inside or outside? Is it quiet or is there a little background noise? Is it morning or afternoon? Right. And then this is the important part. Start going there on purpose before the hard work, before the big decision, before you sit down to write or plan or figure something out. You're training your brain. You're building an anchor, this spot, this feeling, this mode. This is where my best thinking lives, right? You're telling your brain, this is where the thinking happens. It doesn't have to be elaborate. My back patio is certainly not elaborate. A walk around the block is not elaborate, but both are intentional, and intention is everything. Now, I do think there's value in knowing what your dream clarity corner looks like. Even if you can't have it right now, it's so good to go there and to think about it and to visualize that dream space. Mine is the back deck of a lake house. It's morning, the lake is still. I have coffee, my notebook, my feet are up. There's sunshine, birds, total peace, total openness. I can't teleport there on a Tuesday morning, but if I ask, what is it about that vision that makes it feel so good? Is it the stillness, the fresh air, the sense that there's nothing urgent pulling at me? The physical comfort? Maybe it's just the beauty of the view. And then I can look for ways to bring those elements into what I do have. Step outside, Make a real cup of coffee instead of grabbing whatever's left over. Put my phone inside for 20 minutes. Look at the trees out there instead of a screen, right? It's not the lake house, but it hits some of those same notes. And a lot of times that's enough to shift the whole session. So know your dream version, use it as a compass, and then pull back and find the closest version of it that you can actually access today. So, the clarity corner is not about having the perfect space. It's about being intentional, about knowing where you think the best and going there on purpose. So find your spot. Notice what conditions help your brain settle, right? Build that anchor and then use it, especially before the hard work, the big decisions, the things that matter the most. This week, I want you to try something. Before you sit down and do your most important work, even just once, change your location. Go outside if you can. Sit somewhere different, just a different view, or take a 10-minute walk first. Notice what happens to your thinking. Then come tell me about it. Drop a comment. What's your clarity corner? Oh, I would love to hear where everybody's clarity corner is. Or what would your dream version look like? Let me know in the comments. If you want to take this further, I've got a free 7-day clarity kickstart challenge inside the Clarity Lounge, 7 days, one small clarity focus each day, and it's completely free to join. It's a really good place to start if your brain has been in swirl mode and you're ready to do something about it. The link is in the description. And if you want to go deeper on this, I've got another video popping up that's a great one for you to watch. Um, and if you're new here, check out the playlist here. It's a great place to start also. All right. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you next time.